I'm not going to go there.
Why do you think effective science communication is such a challenge?
One of the big problems is that scientists like to talk like scientists because they're used to talking to each other, but the public doesn't understand that. In science communication, you would like the science to come out in a way that's understandable. Science reporting, like any other kind of media, is storytelling. It's storytelling. So what's a story got? Well, a story has a setting. So you got to set the stage. Where did you do this? Well, we have a test field outside University of Waterloo or whatever. And what was it you were doing? Well, we were doing this with that plant and everything else. Those are your cast of characters. And then you have some actions. What did you do? Why did you do it? There's the tension in the play. Why were you asking this question? Well, we had a mystery here. We didn't know why, blah, 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 blah. And we wanted to find that out. What did you do? Well, we did our experiment. What did you find? And then at the end, hopefully there's some conclusion. What did you find out? Well, we didn't find out anything. We found out more questions, actually. Oh, so what are you going to do next? Well, now we're going to go on and we're going to try something else to try to get to the answer to this mystery.
So when you say, let me see if I understand this right, is that sincere?
That's very sincere. Whenever you hear me say that, that's me thinking on the spot because the scientist probably just said something really complicated that hurt me a little bit.
What if they keep going on their jargon? Then what do you do?
I have actually stopped interviews. In fact, I have a piece of tape that I sometimes play when I'm talking to scientists of someone who was an astrophysicist. And I mean, I asked a hard question. I said, what would happen if you fell into a black hole? And he just went on with all of this, anti-space-time dissidence and all these really horrible words. And finally, finally I just said, "What the heck are you talking about?" And we had to stop. We have two criteria here on Quirks and Quarks if a story's going to make it to air. One, it's got to be a good story. So it's got to be something that's new or something that makes you go, gee, I didn't know that. Or something truly weird like animal sex, which is always popular. So that's one, a good story. The other is a good storyteller. And there are a lot of good stories that have not made it on air because we've had people who can't tell their story very well. And they'll either be too deep in the jargon and can't pull out of it, or they will although we can cut those out. we can fix that. We can do that. Or they just don't seem to have any enthusiasm for it. They're just kind of, well, we're out in the field and we discovered the secret to life, the universe, and everything. I want to slap them up the side of the head.
Who would you say is a better storyteller, grad students or professors?
Ooh, I'm not going to go there. I find the people who are in the field actually doing the work tend to be very enthusiastic about it because they have lots of adventures to tell. Oh, there I was in the jungle, and I, was looking at this little insect, and all of a sudden there was a lion on the other side of the tree. Whoa, that was really great. So the people in the field are always fun to talk to. I also find senior scientists who have seen a lot. They've got a good perspective on things, and they can step back and give you a good context for stories. And I also find with the older senior scientists, they like to talk about what they don't know, whereas the younger scientists want to tell you what they do know because they just learned it. Oh, well, I learned this, I learned that, and okay, that's really great. But a senior scientist will say, well, yeah, we figured out a little bit about this, but here's what we don't know. Here's the future. And I find that very interesting. I find what we don't know more interesting than what we do know in many ways. It's a fun job. Sometimes, subjects are very serious and you got to be straight about it, but hey, why not have fun with it?
Yeah.
Why not laugh? We're not a university. We're not handing out degrees here. This isn't a test.
Yeah.
It's a story. It's entertainment. So that's the difference between that and having to give a scientific dissertation to defend your PhD thesis.
Right.
That's not what we're doing here. And sometimes I got to pull scientists back from that because they'll start talking to me as though they are giving a PhD dissertation. I would say, no, just tell me, just talk. I'm just a guy, an interested guy. Endless fascination with the subject. No expertise myself, but an endless fascination with the subject.